And next is Mr. Ryan Gilbert, another Rifle grad and also played football for the Rifle Bears. He manages our local Bank of Colorado and has served our community in many thoughtful ways. Thank you for being here. Give him a warm bear welcome, guys.
All righty, can everybody hear me? Well, my name is Ryan Gilbert, and this thing moves. I am the branch president here for Bank of Colorado and Rifle, and Rifle High School graduate. So I graduated in 2003. I moved here from Oklahoma, so I was only here for a couple of years. So it was quite the shock moving here from big city to small town. After I graduated, I really wasn't too sure what the heck I wanted to do either. Common theme here, probably amongst most. So I went to University of Northern Colorado, and I didn't know what to do, didn't have a major, took a bunch of random courses, and then at the end of my first semester, I got a big fat bill and said, hey, you gotta pay it. And I didn't have a family that was wealthy enough to help pay for college or anything, so I had to find my own way. So I did the same. I went to my local recruiter and joined the United States Air Force Reserve. So I was a crew chief on a C-130 down at Peterson Air Force Base, and I did that for not 2, 4, 6 years. And so that helped me pay for college, so I at least had that piece of it covered. While I was in the military, I loved planes. I was too big to fly in these small, tiny little cockpits and jets, so the plane that I worked on, the C-130, was the fat man's plane, so I knew I could probably fly one. So that was my passion. That was all I really knew that I wanted to do at that point in time. So while I was there, I knew I still had to finish college, because you have to be an officer. In order to become an officer, you have to have a college degree. So I knew I had to finish school. So while I was there, I met a bunch of people that were up in Minnesota. So I decided to go to Minnesota State University. That was not for me. It was freezing cold up there, negative 40 degrees with a windshield. So I left and came back to UNC. I came back to UNC. You have to declare majors, but that wasn't my major. I still had no idea what I wanted to do. So it came to my junior year, and I actually went to my counselor, sat down with them, and said, hey, what have I taken that I can graduate in a year? And worked with my counselor. They said, well, you've taken a bunch of communication classes. You have to have a minor with that. And just so happens you've already taken all your economics classes for that minor. So now that I had that taken care of, I really didn't care. I just wanted to graduate and get out of college at this point in time. But my senior year, something happened, and guys, you'll know what I'm talking about. You find a smoking hot girlfriend, and now you start thinking about other things. And so now I've got a choice. I was accepted into officer training school. I got a flight position within the reserves, but I knew I was going to be gone for quite a while. And that smoking hot girlfriend, I don't think was going to stick around for a couple years of me not talking to her. So I had to make a choice. So I decided to kind of explore some other options and went to a career fair at UNC, and ultimately handed out my resume to everybody and anybody. I didn't care who it was. Got a bunch of offers back and flew all over the country for a whole bunch of interviews. And I got a job in Seattle, and I was so excited because I wanted to just get away from everything. Decided to choose the path with my smoking hot girlfriend, who's now my smoking hot wife. And ultimately, there again changes. So I thought I had this position. I called them, hadn't heard from them in a long time, and they said, sorry, we don't have that position for you anymore. So in the meantime, I had called all the other employers that I had been offered a position and said, thanks, but no thanks. and the only position that I had left that I hadn't called was a banking job. So that's how I got into banking, ultimately. I love banking because I can help out our community and everybody, and it works out beautifully. I hate debt, but I love seeing what debt can do for people to prosper within their businesses personally, and I love every bit of it. So ultimately, it's been a wild ride with paying for school, military, transferring schools. But at the end of the day, military taught me to be accountable, have leadership skills, management skills that ultimately helped me get to where I am today. So if you guys have any questions about banking and or military, come find me.